Hey boys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is a little different. Today we're going to be looking at a trapping video. So I've made 3 different HCF traps. They're on screen right now. I'm going to first start off with a 2x2 piston trap.
Pull it.
Got you. Followed by the OP piston pusher or koala trap.
Pull!
Did it.
And finally the gank trap. Each and every one of these traps are amazing in their own way, and I hope you find a use for them in your HCF experience, and peace. Alright, yo, what's going on guys? Right now we're going to make the first trap, which is the 2x2 piston trap. So the basis of this trap is that it will go right over here. They'll be standing on these fence gates. You pull the trap and they fall down a 2x2 hole, either into your base or into a grinder. So I'm going to show you how to make it right now. So say we want to do it over here. Oh, so it's already mined down a little. Alright, so we're going to make it go down, what was it? 1, 2, 3. So it's around 3 blocks down. And after 3 blocks, what you want to do, you put a piston such as this, like that, as well as that, and that. So this is the basis of the trap, where the pieces of dirt will push up over here. So as you can see, this is the ground level 1, and then the third one down is where these pistons go, and the same thing on this side. So here's the block. So I'll do it like not like that, like this, like that, like that. Then you want to put some dirt over here. So that's how the trap is gonna look like. It's gonna open up into this kind of hole area. So what I need to do next is the redstone. So for that, I'm just gonna clear some space, as so. What you're gonna do is place 4 blocks behind it. This can be any blocks. I'm just using dirt for my convenience. After you do that, you put 2 redstones behind each one. Then you make it sure it goes all the way down to the last tick, like this. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Next, you put 2 redstone pieces over here and 2 over here. Alright, so after putting the redstone pieces, what you need to do is put a second repeater to make the circuit a bit longer. So if your fence gates are over here on this side, you put one block over here. Get some redstone. Connect them all together, as so. Like this. Like that, and that's basically the redstone mechanics of the trap. Now what I like to do is I like to make a pressure plate activated trap. So what you have to do for that is connect the redstone as so to a block, then place 1 redstone torch with a gap in between. This activates the trap, which so this activates the trap, and what you need to do is to pull the trap. So basically you're trying to do this, so they fall down into this type of area. So what I like to do for that is make a separate redstone clock to do this. So I place a redstone torch here. Now what I can do is create a second redstone clock. So what I need to do is make sure the redstone goes 1 outside. Then I can do whatever I want with it. So I'm going to bring it underneath my base. So my base is over here. Let's see. If I want to bring it inside my base and say place it over here, I can't do that. I have to place it around here. So what I do, not this. What I do is I bring this redstone piece, as so. Get a block, redstone. Cover this up. So as you can see, this redstone piece is 1 below, so there's a space in between, which I can use to pull the trap. You can expand this as far as you want, just like over here or something. Place it over here, and you have as much of the floor you want covered in redstone. So I'm just gonna do at those 4 corners for now. Now I pull this trap is, I get a pressure plate, go on top of any of these blocks, put it down, bang, they fall down. You can bind that down, make a little hole or whatever you want. Well, that's the basis of the trap. And the great thing about this trap is you do not need to reset it. You just place the pressure plate down, it opens, fall down, and then yep. Alright, I'll bring you guys back with the next trap. Alright boys, now we're going to be making the second trap, which is the OP piston pusher, koala trap, whatever you want to call it. I've shown this trap in many of my videos already, as well as Bros featured it in one of his videos, so I'm going to show you how to make it. So the basis of this trap is going to push up blocks such as this around surrounding these two blocks. If they're hugging the fence gates on this block, they will be trapped. The beautiful thing about this trap is that there's no possible way to mine into the trap. The trap is around 2 blocks underneath the ground, so there's no way that someone could see the trap by just mining and checking. The only way they could know if there's a trap is if they have X-ray, and obviously I can't stop that. So what you're gonna do for this trap is go, since it's double layered fence gates, and this will be different for each number of fence gates, so I'm doing 2 fence gates too high. You want to go down 1, 2, 3 blocks, and then place 2 pistons. These just have to be regular pistons, not sticky pistons. It's just that I don't have regular pistons on me, so it's a bit annoying. So such as that. And we'll go back up. So we're gonna cover this. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So basically it's already covering this whole area, such as this. Now what you need for the redstone is just some repeaters, some regular redstone, and some torches. So what you want to do is place a repeater like directly adjacent from the piston, place a block on top, another repeater like that. Just repeat that on each side, such as this, and like that. So this is what will connect all of them. Next we need to add redstone connecting all of them. So first I'm just going to level this ground down. So what I'm going to do now is connect this all with redstone. So what I'll do is connect these first and foremost, such as like that. Then for this I'll use some drip blocks, such as that. Get some redstone, connect it. I need to get one more layer of blocks like this. So like that. Oh, this is the wrong way. Now that should seem perfect. Yep, it looks perfect. Now what I need to do is connect both of them towards each other. So I'll do is place blocks like this, redstone like that. Voila, they're connected to one another now. Now all we have to do is activate it. And using the same method as before, I either use the redstone torch, well not redstone torch, but a redstone piece under a block, and then use a pressure plate. So what I'll do is go to the end, which is around here I believe, yeah, around here. So I'll get a piece of redstone. Same as before, I'll bring it towards my base, which is around here I believe. Yep, around here. I'll do get a piece of redstone, such as like that. Redstone. And again, you can expand the redstone as far as you want. And what you do is you get your pressure plate, you stand on whichever redstone block you have. And oh yeah, one more important thing. Because this is a piston pusher, you need to put something up here to be maybe a design like a smiley face or something, but just something to hide it. Alright boys, now it's time to make the third and final trap. What we're gonna make is a little Gank Trap that I love making. So what you need for this is, say you have like a wall on the side, such as this. Then what you can do is you can put a Gank Trap right below this, or you can like just place it anywhere on the ground. I personally love putting it next to a wall, so I can pearl into the wall and it looks like I wasn't meant to pearl into the gank while I actually do want to. So what you do is you make a little area which you want to put your gank. Let's say I want to do it like this. Make sure for your gank it's a one-way hallway kind of thing. So maybe something like this. So if someone comes in, maybe mess this up a little, make the ground look a little weird, make a little creep and stuff. Put blocks everywhere. So what you want to do is probably pearl or pretend to get hidden here. What you do is you basically open this up into an IMake drop down, and that's how to get trapped. So in order to do this, what we need is both one side of pistons and one side which activates the trap. For pistons, what we do is we get our sticky pistons, as so, not like that. So we get our sticky pistons, as so, and place them where they need to be, like that. Oof, got the invis block. So if it's here, we'll go something like this, like that. Next thing we're gonna do is work on the redstone for this. So this. Next thing is the redstone, so I'm gonna go behind the pistons. It's the one here. It's one here. Alright. Next is the redstone for this, so I'm gonna go behind the pistons, make myself a little cave area where I can work. As so, that should be enough. Alright. Wind this down a little. Make sure I can see every single piston that I need. Let me just do this so I know where my pistons are. Alright, they're over here. Alright, and yep, I can see all my pistons. Let me break the blocks as so. Something like this. So I have enough space to work. Alright, now let's start creating the redstone for this. I'll place a block behind each back of the piston like this. Get some redstone. Place it around like this. They should be able to connect to one another. As so. Place another layer of redstone behind, which they can connect to later on. Like this. Another piece of redstone like that, so they're always connected. Next, you want to make sure they all link up somewhere. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to make sure the middle around 4 or 5 is around here. I'll connect a piece of redstone. And same as the other traps, I'll go into a redstone clock looking contraption. If we can, do we have redstone torches? Pretty sure. Okay, maybe we don't. Let me just craft some. Same thing as before. Redstone torch. But this time you want to make sure it's like, say, an elevated surface. So maybe one back. Something like this. Something like that. That goes onto an elevated surface and activates all the pistons. That way, if you get, say, a block and place it here, it'll break the circuit, and that's how the trap's gonna work. So you place a block here, measure it around 3, actually what you need here is a normal piston, not a sticky piston, but I don't have a sticky normal piston on me, so just bear with me. In the actual trap, there should be a sticky piston, not a normal piston, just make sure you remember that. Alright, so what you want to do is, now the front part of the redstone is finished, which actually activates the traps and makes it pull out and pull in. Now what you want to do is make it so that you can pull the trap while standing in here and say placing a pressure plate on any one of these blocks to activate the trap, and that's the second part of the redstone. So what we do is we go, oh, this might be annoying. Alright, so say we do this, put that, get a redstone repeater as so, connected towards the sticky piston, like that. So then just connect this down, not that, down, and make sure it goes around the trap without actually entering the trap itself. Where's the trap? It's over here, I believe. Where is it? Oh, it's on top, that's why. Alright, so you can make the redstone go down like this. So you go around the trap, which is over here. So you're gonna go one block next to it, which is around here. Mine out a little area, the same as before. Cover this up with a block. bring the piece of redstone around. Now what you're gonna do is get into the trap itself so you can have this part a little easier for you. Alright, so let me place this block back. So what you want to do is you're gonna place redstone blocks, pieces of redstone to the blocks adjacent of the piston pushing the block. So what that means is, say I have a block here, my redstone should go like that, then should be covered by grass. Here, grass. Here, grass. This way you will not be able to see redstone when you pull the trap. Grass, 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 grass. And just like that, we have the second part of the redstone almost completed. So let me just go back towards that part. And let me cover this up. So now we have a little basis of what the redstone is going to look like. So what we do is now connect them all together. Oh, I think this one goes a little higher. Yep. Yes, it does. So I'm just going to fix this accordingly. That's a bit annoying to deal with, I'm not gonna lie. Redstone, that's so... like that. Is that the highest one, I think? Yes, it is. Alright, next thing we do is now connect all of these pieces to one another. So what I'll do is I'll bring it back here, connect them, as so, connect them to the full circuit. Put a redstone repeater just in case there's not enough redstone juice to travel the whole circuit. So the way this will work is that you place a pressure plate on one of the blocks, it'll activate the redstone, send a signal that goes all the way here and activates the sticky piston. Now that being said, what you want to do is see where you want to put extra pieces of redstone. Depends how long you make the sticky piston contraption. If you make it a very wide trap, you'll need more redstone repeaters at every corner. Say I made this even longer, I could place a redstone repeater. What could I place one? I'd probably have to place one like this. No, that doesn't work. Like that. And like this. That way the redstone signal from here would be boosted here, and into the trap. Alright, now that being said, let me just do a quick test run of the trap, make sure it actually works. So I can actually show you how this trap is supposed to work in game. So let me just mine up. So what you want to do in game is you get a pressure plate just like majority of the other traps. What you want to do is sit on any one of these blocks and then place the pressure plate down, which will activate the trap and drop you down. So what you do is usually mine the area below it, like this. Oh, not like that. So like this. So I'm just gonna mine it down a bit, like so. And bang, you have it. The trap mined down a bit. Let me just build up now. Alright, and once you activate the trap, you can see that a block gets pushed off like this. If this was a regular piston, it would just push the block and then contract, but it's not a regular piston, so what we have to do is, we have to do that. Now this trap was activated, now it should be deactivated. I'm not too sure why it's still activated, let me just quickly check. Sometimes the problem with the trap being activated when it shouldn't be is as a result of the repeaters like this. So sometimes you might just have to break the repeater and put it back. With that being said, you place the repeater back, close it, then as we reset in the trap. So what this block is supposed to be, it's not supposed to be a sticky piston, it's supposed to be a regular piston like this. And now how the trap will work is, let me go up top. The basis of the trap is you get hit down into this area. Oh no, you get your trusty pressure plate out, place it down, it opens down into whatever low drop down you would make it. I usually make it all the way down to bedrock, like an IMake drop down where you can either fight them, crit them out, or whatever. And yep, that is the last and final trap. Alright boys, thank you so much for watching that trap tutorial. I really hope you guys liked it and hope we can make some amazing HCF traps on whatever server you play on. Thank you so much for all the support and peace.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love